Welcome to May 24th, 2026. The Singularity has taken root in civilization's source code. Anthropic announced that its Project Glasswing partners have surfaced more than 10,000 high or critical severity vulnerabilities across the most systemically important software in the world, while leaks indicate the lab is also readying Claude Mythos 1 preview for public release alongside a Claude security dashboard for enterprise customers. The same model that audits civilization's code is also writing its syllabus, with a pangram analysis of nearly 23,000 dissertations finding more than 1 in 5 are now AI-assisted. Even our co-evolutionary partners are getting weights, with Sarama unveiling the first consumer-scale interspecies foundation model, trained via smart dog collars. At the mathematics frontier, Google DeepMind autonomously resolved 9 more of the 353 open Erdos problems at a few $100s apiece, proved 44 of 492 OEIS conjectures, and expanded its deployments into graph theory and algebraic geometry. Proof has become a line item. The application layer is dissolving the friction in everyday work. OpenAI showed that images in ChatGPT can now fill out uploaded scanned paperwork, automating the last analog hideout of bureaucracy. The economics behind that shift are striking, with semi-analysis finding that 42% of modern agentic coding time is spent on CPU, doing tool use such as editing files and running lints, recasting CPUs from cloud's dollars per core product into the upstream multiplier on token revenue. Music is following code into the same loop, with Spotify and Universal Music Group signing a licensing deal for generative AI covers and remixes of UMG-signed artists. Even the kernel priesthood has joined the loop, with Linus Torvalds noting that AI tooling now does a big chunk of the patchwork as Linux submissions jump 20%, and many are actually solid. Voice is the next abstraction, with Google Docs Live letting you draft documents by speaking. The shadow side of synthesis has also arrived, with internet sleuths recreating dead pilots' voices from NTSB documents, prompting the agency to suspend public access to its entire civil transportation accident database. It may be the first time AI capability has forced a federal agency to retract public data. Silicon is bending industrial geography around itself. Dell's AI factory has 5,000 clients, up from 4,000 in February, each box stacked with NVIDIA. Sovereignty is following demand, with France committing €1 billion of fresh funding to quantum computing, as Macron warns the EU must keep pace with American and Chinese advances. The memory chip crunch has spilled from PCs and smartphones into autos, with Chinese automakers from BYD to XPeng squeezed on top of an existing price war. Geopolitics is reshaping the data center map, with Princeton Digital Group launching a $1 billion sale of its China assets amid a broader wave of private equity exits. The U.S. is moving the opposite direction, with the White House quietly approving a secret $9 billion CIA and NSA request for Grace Blackwell capacity inside classified systems. Atoms are starting to keep pace with bits. Tesla's Cybercab has been certified at 165 watt-hours per mile, making it the most efficient EV ever produced by a wide margin, beating the next best Lucid Air Pure by 28%. The climate ledger is also brightening, with the worst-case end-of-century warming scenario revised down to 3.5 degrees Celsius, a full degree cooler than before, thanks to lower-than-expected coal use. Off-planet, SpaceX announced a private Starship flyby of Mars, bankrolled by cryptocurrency billionaire Chun Wang, the first interplanetary tourism trip funded by Altcoin. Back on Earth, Aura confirmed it receives government demands for user data, a reminder that sleep scores quietly compile into subpoenas. Biology, meanwhile, is going openly transhumanist. The first Enhanced Olympics opens today in Las Vegas, where performance-enhancing drugs are not just permitted, but the entire point. Brian Johnson is co-hosting the broadcast, finally turning longevity advocacy into pay-per-view sport. The doping panel has become the marketing department. Money is rewriting itself at the new clock speed. Crypto firms are bracing for quantum computers that could crack Bitcoin's underlying cryptography, while the ECB rebuffs Euro stablecoin proposals over fears of losing control of interest rates. The labor picture is less dramatic than the headlines suggest, with US layoffs actually at or below pre-pandemic levels, even as AI gets blamed for everything. The real story is not collapse, but concentration. After looming IPOs from SpaceX, Anthropic, and OpenAI, FANG and the Mag 7 are set to evolve into the Magna Mobsta, the 11 American firms closest to the recursive heart of compute, AI, chips, cloud, devices, autonomy, and space. It's not personal, it's strictly compute,